Welcome to Streaming News Network by Claude McDaniel. News without the hype and biased reporting. Please like and subscribe.
This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Former San Francisco Giants outfielder Gorkys Hernandez is mourning the tragic loss of his wife after two powerful earthquakes struck Venezuela this week. Hernandez announced on social media that his wife, Daisy Maria Tovar de Hernandez, was killed when the Hotel Edwards collapsed during the disaster. She was 36 years old. In an emotional message written in Spanish, Hernandez described his wife as the queen of my life and thanked her for teaching him strength through life's challenges. He pledged to continue fulfilling the mission they shared together. The earthquakes, measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude, struck just 39 seconds apart, causing widespread destruction across Venezuela. Authorities report that the death toll has climbed to nearly 1,500, while families continue searching for an estimated 68,900 people still reported missing. Hernandez and Daisy were married in December 2025. She is survived by her daughter from a previous relationship. Our thoughts remain with all those affected by this devastating tragedy. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. A man accused of playing a leading role in an alleged $250 million pandemic fraud scheme has been arrested in Mogadishu after authorities say he fled the United States to avoid prosecution. Federal prosecutors announced that Abdikarm Abdullahi Idla, age 42, was taken into custody in Somalia's capital following a joint effort between the Federal Bureau of Investigation and National Intelligence and Security Agency. Idla is one of dozens of defendants charged in connection with an alleged scheme involving the nonprofit Feeding Our Future. Prosecutors allege the organization falsely claimed to provide millions of meals to children during the coronavirus pandemic while diverting much of the federal funding through shell companies to purchase real estate, luxury vehicles, and travel. According to the indictment, Idla created fraudulent meal distribution sites, submitted false claims that thousands of children were being fed each day, and helped launder the proceeds. He now faces 31 federal charges, including wire fraud, bribery, and money laundering conspiracies. Authorities say he served as the second highest-ranking participant in the alleged scheme before fleeing the country as the investigation unfolded. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Questions are mounting over building construction standards in Venezuela after a viral rescue video appeared to show damaged walls containing what rescuers believe to be styrofoam or similar lightweight material beneath a thin layer of concrete. The footage was recorded by a rescue worker searching through the debris left by the twin earthquakes measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude that struck just seconds apart. The video shows pieces of a collapsed wall being pulled apart by hand, prompting criticism over the apparent quality of construction. The devastating earthquakes have claimed more than 1,400 lives, injured more than 3,000 people, and left tens of thousands still unaccounted for as search and rescue operations continue in the hardest-hit areas, including La Guaira near Caracas. The authenticity of the video's claims and the materials shown have not been independently verified. However, the footage has intensified public debate over whether some residential buildings were adequately constructed to withstand major seismic events. Officials have not yet released findings from any formal structural investigations. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Federal officials are outlining the next steps for immigrants affected by last week's Supreme Court of the United States decision allowing the administration to end temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of people from Haiti and Syria. According to Markwayne Mullen, immigrants currently protected under the program should either pursue permanent legal residency if they qualify or prepare to return to their home countries. He said the administration would assist eligible individuals with transportation and financial support to help them resettle. Temporary protected status allows certain foreign nationals to live and work legally in the United States when conditions such as armed conflict or natural disasters make returning home unsafe. The recent court ruling could affect an estimated 350,000 Haitian nationals and approximately 6,000 Syrians. Supporters of the decision argue that the program was always intended to be temporary. Critics warn that ending the protections could disrupt families, businesses, and communities that have relied on the program for years, while some state and federal lawmakers from both political parties have called for extending protections for Haiti because of ongoing instability. This is Claude McDaniel for Streaming News Network. Former Misty Roberts has been sentenced following her conviction on felony charges involving a 16-year-old boy. Roberts, who served as mayor of Derrida from 2018 until her arrest, was sentenced to 90 days in jail after being found guilty earlier this year of statutory rape of a juvenile and indecent behavior with a juvenile. Prosecutors said the offenses occurred during a pool party at her home in July of 2024 where alcohol was present. In addition to the jail sentence, Roberts must register as a sex offender, pay $5,000 in fines, undergo regular drug screenings, and participate in psychological treatment. The court also imposed 2 concurrent 5-year suspended sentences that could be activated if she violates the terms of her probation. During sentencing, Roberts accepted responsibility for her actions and apologized to the victim and his family. The victim's mother addressed the court, describing the emotional impact the case has had on her son and family and urging Roberts to stay away from them. This is Claude McDaniel of Streaming News Network. Argentine soccer player Lucas Trejo is mourning the devastating loss of his wife and 2 young children following the powerful twin earthquakes that struck Venezuela last week. Trejo was in Caracas when the earthquakes, measuring 7.2 and 7.5 in magnitude, struck just seconds apart. His wife, Yanina Marinella, and their children, Aaron and Ainhoa, were reported missing in the aftermath. After an intensive 72-hour search involving rescue workers and volunteers, the family's bodies were recovered on Saturday evening. Trejo's club, Deportivo La Guaira, expressed its condolences in a public statement, offering support to the player and his loved ones during this difficult time. Fellow player Edson Tortolero, who assisted in the search efforts, confirmed the recovery of the family and thanked the public for its support while asking that Trejo's family be given privacy as they grieve. The tragedy comes as Venezuela continues to recover from one of the deadliest natural disasters in its recent history. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. A Florida lottery winner's excitement nearly turned into disappointment after police say a convenience store employee allegedly kept his winning ticket instead of returning it. Authorities say the elderly customer visited a Walmart convenience store in Volusia County to claim a lottery prize worth $2,700. Because the prize exceeded the amount the store could pay, the cashier provided a receipt explaining how to redeem the winnings elsewhere. Investigators allege that while handing the customer the receipt, employee Tamika Hall kept the winning ticket after the customer unknowingly left without it. When the man later returned to report the missing ticket, police reviewed surveillance video and say the ticket was eventually recovered from Hall's vehicle. Hall reportedly told investigators she intended to give the ticket to a manager. She has since been arrested and charged with grand theft. The allegations have not yet been proven in court, and no plea has been entered. A Walmart spokesperson confirmed that Hall is no longer employed by the company. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. An 18-year-old Memphis man is facing felony charges after police say an attempted armed robbery ended with the suspect restrained on a front porch until officers arrived. Authorities say Leo the Bush entered a home in the Highland Heights neighborhood on June 8 after first approaching a construction crew to ask for a cigarette lighter. According to investigators, Bush later returned carrying what appeared to be a semi-automatic handgun and demanded a victim's keys and personal belongings. Police say the weapon was later determined to be a BB gun designed to resemble a real firearm. Investigators say one of the victims grabbed the imitation weapon and threw it into the yard before he and another worker wrestled Bush to the ground. The 2 men then secured him to the home's front porch with a nylon strap and called police. Bush later told officers the incident was intended as a prank, but investigators charged him with armed robbery and carrying an imitation firearm. He was booked into custody and held on a bond of $150,000. No injuries were reported during the incident. This is Claude McDaniel with Streaming News Network. Music legend Debbie Harry made a rare red carpet appearance in New York City, drawing attention just days before celebrating her 81st birthday on July 1. The Blondie frontwoman attended the premiere of Supergirl alongside her former bandmate and longtime collaborator Chris Stein. Harry wore a black jumpsuit paired with a shimmering green top and platform sneakers, showcasing the signature style that helped make her a music and fashion icon. Harry rose to international fame during the 1970s and 1980s as the lead singer of Blondie, a band she co-founded in 1974. Throughout her career, she has remained candid about the pressures of aging in the public eye and has previously spoken openly about choosing cosmetic procedures, describing them as a personal confidence booster rather than an attempt to meet outside expectations. As she approaches another milestone birthday, Harry continues to inspire fans with her enduring presence in music and popular culture.
Thank you for listening to Streaming News Network videos, shorts. Please like and subscribe to our news channel.